You good?
Tell you this, but and I owned you. You were nasty, because and now I realize, Mike, I'm truly how you was as a dunk.
Turn around. Take. Read them.
With the aid of my MVP.
They are coming for the cockpit. I repeat.
Copy.
To the right!
Report. We need to. I'm not dead. I'm gonna pay. But whoever is doing get us. It's no more.
Some strong motherfuckers.
One left us files. You keep up with me or I leave you.
Everybody stay calm.
Why'd they stop?
Like, now! Your chance is
I don't have it. Negative. Negative.
Engage! Kelly!
Got him.
Nasty man, what I'm talking about. Nasty Mike, right?
We're taking heavies. We lost the trucks and 3. Go.
Here comes the smoke.
Eyes up! Oh, shit!
Now.
Kelly, go!
Armando, go for Kelly! Mark it! No! Here!
Shit behind you. I got this, Mike.
Marcus, my gun.
I rebuke you. That's how you. Racist.
Mike's hit me.
Stop this. I fucking hate politicians.
Okay.
Sneaky as hell, Mike.
Mike.
Hey, Barrett. You choose. Oh, Mr. McGrath. About a why choosing shit. Mike, don't you do no. Mike, your donkey ass. Listen, I didn't have. Look, I shot you in your.
I've got eyes on a radar. Fundo, do you copy?
Get. Callie, I need you to listen to me. Callie, I need you.
He saved me! Stop! He saved my life.
Please, Mom.
Howard, where are you? Copy?
Before I change my mind.
I got.
Back as a pair of my shoes.
Adam Lockwood and
For the key links between Miami law and
FBI and the Miami PD.
Come on.
I don't think so.
Thing is not good for you, baby.
Black jelly bean.
Can't get enough of your love, baby. Can't get enough.
Hey guys, today we're diving headfirst into the explosion-packed, crib-filled world of Bad Boys Ride or Die, where our favorite detective duo, Mike Lowrey and Marcus Burnett, prove that even after decades, they still bring the heat and a whole lot of collateral damage. This flick kicks off with Mike finally tying the knot with Christine, a moment we've all been waiting for. But because this is a Bad Boys movie, peaceful isn't exactly in the vocabulary. During the reception, Marcus, ever the drama magnet, has a heart attack, prompting Mike to propose to Christine mid-crisis. Which honestly is peak Mike. I put a lot of work into these. So if you like what you see, a like and a subscribe is always appreciated. No worries if not. Our dynamic duo soon learns that their beloved Captain Conrad Howard, tragically murdered in the previous installment, has been posthumously framed for colluding with drug cartels. Talk about a raw deal. We see Mike and Marcus, looking appropriately gutted, watching a video message from Howard himself, recorded before his death. The captain, in his usual stoic yet wise manner, explains that a deeper conspiracy is at play, and he's left them clues. The metallic clang of the hospital bed frame Marcus shifts makes the silence after Howard's voice even heavier. Mike's usually unflappable demeanor is visibly shaken. This isn't just a case, it's personal, a direct affront to a man they respected like a father. Marcus, still recovering, insists they clear Howard's name because, well, that's what bad boys do. The news cycle, ever the swift judge, has already torn Captain Howard's reputation to shreds. Mike and Marcus, fueled by righteous anger, delve into Howard's past, meticulously combing through his old office. The rustle of papers, the quiet click of a filing cabinet opening, all underscore the gravity of their task. They discover coded messages and hidden compartments, suggesting Howard knew he was a target. The investigation is less about finding a killer and more about dismantling a carefully constructed lie. Marcus, despite his recent health scare, is surprisingly lucid, offering moments of profound insight, mixed with his typical bizarre spiritual musings, of course. Mike, meanwhile, is all business, his focus laser sharp. The city's trust in the police force is at stake, and our heroes are determined to restore it, no matter the personal cost. Their first real break comes from a jittery informant who, After some classic Bad Boys persuasion, which probably involved Mike doing a dramatic lean and Marcus making a strange growling noise, coughs up a lead. The informant, sweating profusely under the harsh interrogation lights, describes whispers of a major cartel operation, hinting that Howard was getting too close. The information is vague, but it's enough to set Mike and Marcus on a path toward the city's most dangerous criminals. The atmosphere is tense, the air thick with unspoken threats, the informant's hushed tones barely audible over the hum of the air conditioning. It's clear they're stepping into a hornet's nest, but for Howard, they'd walk through fire. Marcus, for once, keeps his philosophical musings to himself. Understanding the gravity of the situation, enter Captain Adam McGrath, Howard's replacement, a man who radiates by the book energy and, frankly, a bit of annoyance with our unconventional heroes. Mike and Marcus tried to explain the conspiracy, but McGrath, all sharp angles and skeptical glances, isn't buying it. He urges them to drop the investigation, citing public pressure and the seemingly undeniable evidence against Howard. The crisp snap of his uniform jacket as he gestures adds to his intimidating presence. This scene serves as a clear indicator that the corruption isn't just on the streets. It might be festering much closer to home. The exchange is frosty, with subtle jabs exchanged, highlighting the clash between Mike and Marcus's gut instincts and McGrath's adherence to procedure. It's a classic Bad Boys versus the system setup, but with higher stakes this time. In a truly audacious move, Mike and Marcus decide to get closer to the source of Howard's woes by visiting Armando Aretas, Mike's incarcerated son, who, let's not forget, actually shot Captain Howard. Yeah, the family dynamics are a bit spicy here. Armando is being transferred to a new facility, shackled and grim-faced. The heavy clanging of his chains against the concrete floor echoes through the sterile prison corridor. Mike still struggles with his complex feelings towards Armando, but a flicker of hope remains that his son can help them. Marcus, surprisingly, is the one pushing for this, believing Armando might have knowledge about the cartel's inner workings given his past. This interaction is loaded with tension, a mix of familial angst and investigative urgency. Mike tries to connect, but Armando remains cold, guarded. Just as Armando is being moved, all hell breaks loose. A perfectly executed ambush by the cartel, complete with armed mercenaries rappelling from a helicopter, turns the prison yard into a war zone. The whirring of the helicopter blades is deafening, punctuated by the crackle of gunfire and the shouts of guards. Mike and Marcus, initially observers, are thrust into the thick of it, dodging bullets and trying to contain the chaos. It's a masterclass in controlled pandemonium. Armando, ever the opportunist, uses the distraction to his advantage, proving he hasn't lost his deadly edge. The scene is a visceral symphony of destruction, showcasing the film's commitment to high-octane action. Our boys are just trying to keep their heads down while everything explodes around them. As usual. In a truly ironic twist, Mike and Marcus, trying to stop Armando's escape, end up handcuffed to him as they all flee. Suddenly, our heroes are no longer chasing the bad guys. They are the bad guys, at least in the eyes of the law. The clinking of the cuffs as they run, the frantic scramble to get away from both the cartel's goons and the pursuing police vehicles creates an immediate, exhilarating sense of urgency. They're forced to work with Armando, the man who killed their captain, a truly uncomfortable alliance. The city streets become a blur of screeching tires and blaring sirens as they try to outrun everyone. This unexpected turn of events forces Mike to confront his complicated relationship with his son head-on, adding an emotional layer to the relentless action. It's a proper oh no, not again moment for Marcus. What's a Bad Boys movie without an utterly insane car chase through Miami? This one delivers in spades. Our trio, still awkwardly shackled, commandeers a vehicle and embarks on a high-octane pursuit. Tires squeal, metal scrapes, and the thud of impacts against other cars creates a symphony of urban destruction. The chase is a blur of flashing lights and near misses, with cars careening through narrow alleys and bustling intersections. Mike, ever the driver, navigates with reckless precision, while Marcus, in the passenger seat, provides a steady stream of panic yet oddly profound commentary. Armando, in the back, surprisingly offers tactical advice, showcasing his dangerous expertise. It's a dizzying ballet of speed and destruction, culminating in a spectacular crash that leaves them bruised but surprisingly intact. This is where Miami's traffic laws go to die, folks. After the chaotic escape, our unlikely trio finds refuge in a dilapidated, shadowy warehouse, a classic movie hideout, because where else would fugitives go? The air is thick with dust and the metallic scent of decay. The silence here, after the relentless noise of the chase, is almost unsettling, broken only by the drip of water from a leaky pipe and their hushed whispers. They begin to piece together Howard's clues, realizing the true scale of the conspiracy. Armando, surprisingly cooperative, reveals crucial information about the cartel's structure and the identity of its enigmatic leader. This is where the plot thickens, where alliances are forged out of necessity, and where Mike finally starts to see a path to redemption for his son. Marcus, despite the squalor, manages to find a comfortable-ish box to sit on. Ever the pragmatist, recognizing they can't do this alone, Mike and Marcus make covert contact with Captain Rita Sacater, their former colleague and now a high-ranking officer in AMMO, the advanced task force they helped create. The crackle of the encrypted comms device provides a sense of clandestine urgency. Rita, looking sharp and ever capable, is initially wary as their fugitive status makes things incredibly complicated. However, their shared history and her respect for Captain Howard eventually win her over. She agrees to provide intel and limited support, but warns them they're on their own in the field. Her team, including Dorn and Kelly, are reluctantly pulled into the mess, loyal but confused. It's a risky move, relying on inside help when everyone else is out to get them, but they're desperate. Mike feels a flicker of hope, knowing they're not entirely isolated. Routine, mostly bad cop with a side of bizarre existential threats, tries to break the guy. The metallic scrape of a chair against the concrete floor and the grunt of the henchman as Mike gets hands-on underscore the urgency. The room is grimy, poorly lit, adding to the oppressive atmosphere. They, with Armando's intimate knowledge of the cartel's inner workings and Rita's access to advanced tech, they start mapping out the cartel's hidden network. A holographic map springs to life, showing interconnected safe houses, drug labs, and money laundering fronts spread across Miami like a malevolent spiderweb. The ominous red glow of the highlighted locations sends shivers down your spine. This isn't some small-time operation. It's a vast, powerful organization with tentacles reaching into every corner of the city. The revelation underscores just how deeply entrenched this corruption is and why Howard's investigation proved so dangerous. The clicking of keyboard keys and the low murmur of strategizing fills the air. This scene is less about explosions and more about the methodical, chilling unraveling of a meticulously built criminal empire. It's like watching a really intense game of Clue, but with real guns, Their first direct confrontation with the cartel takes place in a pulsating, neon-drenched nightclub, a classic Miami setting for things to go spectacularly wrong. The thumping bass of the music initially masks their entry, but it's not long before the cover is blown. Suddenly, the club transforms from a dance floor into a war zone, the rhythmic beat replaced by the rapid-fire crackle of automatic weapons and the shattering of glass. Mike and Marcus, ever the professionals, move with practiced precision, returning fire while trying to protect innocent bystanders. Armando, observing from a distance, provides crucial intel on enemy positions, showcasing his strategic mind. The stench of gunpowder mixes with the lingering scent of stale drinks. This is the moment where the ride or die truly begins for our heroes as they face overwhelming odds head-on after the nightclub skirmish. They manage to subdue and convince one of the cartel henchmen to talk. This isn't a gentle chat over tea. Mike, with his signature intensity, pushes for answers, while Marcus, surprisingly effective in his good cop, bad cop, learn about a high-ranking cartel lieutenant and a major money drop scheduled for the next day. A solid lead that could blow the whole thing wide open. Armando, ever the silent observer, watches with a calculating gaze, occasionally interjecting with a chillingly precise detail about cartel procedures. Acting on the henchman's info. Mike, Marcus, and Armando, with remote support from a MMO, intercept a massive cartel money drop in a secluded industrial area. The scene erupts into another chaotic firefight, with bullets whizzing and the dull thud of bodies hitting the ground. The air is thick with the smell of exhaust and gunpowder. The cartel members are heavily armed and well-trained, making for a formidable challenge. Marcus, with a newly discovered burst of adrenaline, surprisingly takes down a few guys with some surprisingly slick moves, eliciting a rare moment of impressed disbelief from Mike. They manage to secure hard drives and ledgers, irrefutable evidence of the cartel's operations, but not without some serious close calls. It's a proper grab the MacGuffin and run for your life moment, expertly choreographed for maximum impact back in their makeshift command center. Sifting through the recovered evidence, the shocking truth is revealed. Captain Adam McGrath is the real villain, the snake in the grass who orchestrated Captain Howard's framing and has been running the cartel from within the police force. The sudden, chilling realization hits Mike and Marcus like a ton of bricks. The digital evidence, the coded messages, the financial transactions, it all points to McGrath. The soft hum of the computer fans and the sharp clicks of the mouse are the only sounds in the room as the pieces fall into place. It's a gut punch for our heroes, a betrayal from someone they were supposed to trust. The bitterness in Mike's voice is palpable. The stunned silence from Marcus is rare. This twist elevates the stakes even further, making the fight deeply personal. Armed with undeniable proof, Mike and Marcus confront McGrath. The tension in the air is thick enough to cut with a knife. McGrath, initially playing innocent, quickly drops the facade, revealing his cold, calculating motives, power, greed, and a twisted sense of justice. His voice, once authoritative, now drips with venom. He attempts to escape, triggering alarms and sending the entire precinct into lockdown. The metallic thud of the security doors slamming shut echoes ominously. Mike and Marcus, now operating outside the law, but with clear moral justification, must pursue him. This isn't just about clearing Howard's name anymore. It's about stopping a corrupt system from devouring everything it touches. The betrayal stings, but it also galvanizes their resolve. The final showdown takes place at McGrath's ridiculously opulent and heavily fortified mansion, which, as it turns out, is also a secret cartel hub. Because why not? Mike, Marcus, Armando, and the MO team, led by Rita, launch a full-scale assault. The scene opens with a wide shot of the mansion, bathed in the glow of tactical lights before erupting into a dizzying ballet of gunfire, explosions, and close-quarters combat. The crackle of walkie-talkies, the shouts of commands, and the incessant rattle of automatic weapons create an immersive soundscape of war. Marcus, in a rare moment of absolute clarity, even manages to land a few solid hits. This is where all the plot threads converge, where personal vendettas meet a fight for justice, and where the bad boys truly ride or die. Inside the mansion, it's pure, unadulterated chaos. Our heroes are split up, navigating booby traps and fighting off waves of McGrath's elite mercenaries. The crunch of shattered glass underfoot, the thud of fists connecting with faces, the metallic clatter of weapons being reloaded. It's a symphony of violence. In one particularly Miami moment, Mike and Marcus find themselves battling goons around a pole filled with surprisingly active and, frankly, very hungry alligators. The ominous splashes and guttural growls of the reptiles add an extra layer of peril, turning a standard shootout into a comedy of toothy errors. Armando, meanwhile, showcases his lethal efficiency, taking down multiple targets with chilling precision, proving his worth in this insane fight. It's a testament to the Bad Boys formula: high stakes, high action, and a healthy dose of RIDICULOUS and ESS. In a pivotal moment of the final battle, Armando performs a selfless act, protecting Mike from an incoming grenade blast. The deafening roar of the explosion is followed by a ringing silence, then the gasps of the onlookers. This act, a clear sign of his redemption, completely turns the tide for Mike. It's a raw, emotional beat amidst the gunfire and chaos, a clear indication that Mike's son is choosing the right path. Finally, the sharp sting of shrapnel in Mike's arm is a small price to pay for this profound shift in their relationship. Marcus, ever the sentimentalist, sees this as a sign from above, despite the literal explosions happening around them. It's a powerful visual, showcasing that even in the darkest corners, there's hope for change and forgiveness. This isn't just a fight for justice. It's a fight for family. McGrath, seeing his empire crumble, makes a desperate, villainous last stand. Cornered, he rants about his perceived injustices and how the system failed him. Truly delusional stuff. The frantic clicking of his empty gun, followed by his enraged roar, shows how far he's fallen. He pulls out a hidden knife, a desperate attempt to take down anyone he can. Mike and Marcus, weary but resolute, finally subdue him. The triumphant thud of McGrath hitting the ground is incredibly satisfying after everything he's put them through. It's a cathartic moment for our heroes, knowing they've not only cleared Captain Howard's name, but also dismantled a corrupt network. The fight ends not with a bang, but with the quiet, final click of handcuffs, a sound of justice finally served. Well, as quiet as anything ever gets around these to. In the aftermath, with McGrath apprehended and all the evidence laid bare, Captain Howard's name is officially cleared. The news reports, once vilifying him, now laud him as a hero, a man who died fighting corruption from within. Mike and Marcus, looking utterly exhausted but undeniably triumphant, watch the broadcast with a quiet sense of pride. The soft glow of the TV screen illuminates their faces, etched with the scars of battle, but Armando, due to his pivotal role in exposing McGrath and his selfless act, is granted a significantly reduced sentence or a chance at rehabilitation. It's not a full pardon because actions have consequences, but it's a path to a future, a new beginning. The rustle of the legal papers, the hushed conversations with his lawyer, all hint at a fragile hope. Mike, ever the father, despite their complicated past, supports this new chapter for his son. It's a difficult road, but Armando now has a reason to walk it. The scene subtly hints at the possibility of a different life for him, away from the shadows of his past. The future is uncertain, but for the first time, There's a glimmer of light for Mike's son, a testament to the idea that sometimes even bad boys can find a way to do good. And so, Mike and Marcus, bruised but unbroken, are back in their natural habitat, driving a ridiculously expensive car, bickering and bantering like an old married couple. The purr of the engine, the wind whipping through their hair, the familiar rhythm of their conversation, it's a comforting return to form after all the explosions and betrayals. They've once again saved Miami, cleared a good man's name, and maybe, just maybe, brought a bit